What's going on, y'all? I am testing out these solo episodes, answering some questions, giving some thoughts, just based off of my own creative journey as a 38-year-old something Southern woman who is obsessed with spirituality, creative process, and doing something in this world crazy and disruptive as long as I have breath in my lungs. Passionate here, and I'm really passionate about this topic. Am I too old to pursue X? Now, I think this person said that they were, forgive me, it's in their 60s or something like that. And again, at the bottom of the email, it says, I wonder if I'm too old for this. And when I first started gathering my thoughts about it, I did the traditional thing of like, oh, you're not too old, blah, blah, blah. And then I stopped myself and I'm like, yeah, you know what? You are too old. Who are you to think that you can start all over or write a book or yada, yada, yada? Because our society, our culture is set up to glorify youth, to glorify, it's like the peak age is like 20. You know what I'm saying? So when you hit your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever, yeah, you're too old. And here's the truth. A lot of people are not going to listen to you. They're going to judge you. They're going to take one look at you. They're going to see, your hair color or your skin color or the texture of your face or whatever, the turban on your head, whatever everything that separates you from them. We are trained since infancy to disregard and to even other and create danger for somebody who doesn't look like us. So yeah, according to society, you are too old to do what you set out to do. Now, you can sit in that and be like, yeah, I am too old. But then I thought about ice cream. I thought about some ice cream here. My husband, I don't understand it. I don't get it. You can go to the ice cream shop and you have all these different flavors, and there's some good ass flavors there, man. They have like birthday cake. They got some chocolate fudge, rocky road, slip and slide, and I don't know what's going on, but you're like going down a mountain and things are getting thrown at you, and it's chocolate bells and marshmallows, and whoa, it's a good time. Out of all those options, this man is like, do you have any coffee ice cream? Now, I'm not talking about coffee mocha ice cream. I'm not talking about coffee with some like little brownie put in it. I'm talking about just some plain ass, boring ass, you just mix some coffee and milk and you put it in the freezer type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, what's interesting about this is folks don't have coffee ice cream. Like, it's rare. We go to a coffee place and it's just plain ass coffee ice cream, but he gets excited. He gets really excited. And on his birthday, I went to so many different grocery stores looking for plain coffee ice cream, and I could not find it. There was always something else mixed in it. It was such a rare thing. It's a specific flavor that he loves. And when I was thinking about being too old, I was thinking about this rare flavor, this newness. Ironically, I thought being old is so new. It's so fresh. It's so different, and not a lot of people are going to appreciate it, and they're going to look at it and they don't see all the bells and whistles and sprinkles and fancy names and all that, and they'll walk past you. But there's few people who see you as a treasure, and they're looking for you. They're looking for something a little different. They're not looking for this perfect face and body and outfit and way that you articulate your words. They're looking for something with some depth and grit and something that's has texture to it and something that they haven't tasted yet. So yeah, you're too old. You're too black, you're too white, you're too Asian, you're too fat, you're too thin, you're too hairy, you're too bald, you're too Southern, you're too whatever. And oh my God, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. And what a freaking gift it is to some people who are searching you out and seeking for your particular flavor, your particular take on the world. Ironically, my friend, you are older than most folks doing what you do, and you're newer than most folks. Isn't that interesting? Now, that's the external side to it. Let me share with you the internal side. I recently went to a retreat, and Liz Gilbert, who wrote Eat, Pray, Love, Big Magic, she was speaking there, and she said something really interesting that I want to read to you. She was saying that we look at our art as separate from us, and there is usually an expected outcome, a product of that, as opposed to seeing ourselves as the art piece. And so she says, don't you want to know who you will be if you do it? It's not about the thing working, it's about changing you. And aren't you curious, just a little bit, of who you will be by doing it? And so again, there's this external factor, right? We all want to make an impact and make a difference in this world, but that's another conversation of, am I too old? And man, what I'm presenting to you here is this idea of, yeah, maybe, but maybe you're that flavor somebody's freaking looking for. Now, on the internal side to it, like, even forget all of that. If we could lay down the perception, of how we're perceived or what other people think or whatever, which is way easier said than done. We just get down to an internal root of our own satisfaction with ourselves, our own curiosity of what's left in us. And what Elizabeth Gilbert was saying is, man, aren't you just curious who you'll be on the other side of this? Even if it fails, even if it doesn't work, even if people judge you, and if no one picks your flavor of whatever, aren't you curious to see what comes out of you, what you're capable of by just putting something out there? Listen, I don't know if this was helpful or not, but I appreciate your comments. I appreciate the vulnerable emails that I get, sharing your heart with me, and no one freaking has it figured out. I think locking arms with each other and just being stubborn, man, that's all we really can do. Be stubborn. Be your own flavor ice cream. Hope this was helpful. Love you guys. See you next week.